Welcome into episode 18 of Breaker Banter. My name's Devin Dobek, along with you. Excited for a great episode we have on tap for you today. Joining me in a few moments will be Breakers defenseman Grant Bondi, who was acquired a couple weeks into the season and has really made his presence felt, leads the team in assists among defensemen. So excited to talk to Grant through his hockey journey. But last weekend, the first three-game road trip for the Breakers, it was a tough one. They lost 5-2, 6-2, and then 9-1. It was a tough weekend, came in with the number one power play. That was the story of everything that went wrong. 0 for their last 19 in the weekend on the power play, so hoping that can start to turn things around. However, tomorrow, very excited for our Friendsgiving at the Coliseum night, $10 tickets. We're going to have this up for Wednesday morning so that everybody will have a chance to see it. Come in, get your $10 tickets. We got $4 Montucky cold snacks that will be available while supplies last, and our Veterans Day jersey auction will also be tomorrow after the game. So very much looking forward to kicking off the holiday with that. In other news, we are excited to be launching our new promotion, which is going to include 4 terrace level seats, 4 Breakers game pucks, 4 small waffle cones from Ben & Jerry's right here at the Hard Rock Cafe, and 4 Sky Zone jump passes, which is valued at a total of $208. We're selling it for $88. So we're going to have some social media posts promoting that huge thing we've got going on. It's going to be great, though. A great chance to get in. The tickets will be for the game on December 27th. So coming up a couple days after Christmas. Great stocking stuffer with all that stuff. So should be pretty cool. Looking forward to it. And then this Friday and Saturday, the Breakers will be taking on the Baton Rouge Zydeco, a home-and-home series Friday in Baton Rouge and Saturday here in Biloxi. Following the game on Saturday, there will be a Movember jersey auction. They will have mustache specialty jerseys. We will be showing those to you tomorrow, so get excited about that. On Thanksgiving, you'll get to see the jerseys that are up for auction on Saturday. But a very exciting week here as we approach Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all, of course. We're going to bring Grant Bondi on for the meat and potatoes of our show. I guess I should say the turkey and mashed potatoes of our show. We'll be back in a moment. All right, welcome back to Breaker Banter. Devin Dobek joined by Breakers defenseman Grant Bondi on the show here today. Grant, welcome. Happy to have you on with us.
Thanks for having me.
Well, Grant, growing up in Newport, Michigan is where you began your hockey journey. So take us through that. Who were your first mentors and what was it like playing growing up in Michigan?
Yeah, Michigan's actually, it's a hotbed for hockey, obviously. First threw my skates on when I was probably 3 years old. Both my older brothers played hockey. They played travel in high school growing up, so it was kind of obvious that was going to be my next step. There was a lot of mini sticks that played along the way and a lot of fights along the way as well. In terms of mentors, one that sticks out to me would be Tommy Menino. He was one of my big mentors growing up. He was a skills coach. He's very high up in the hockey world, and he helped me out a lot in my career for sure.
So talking about those older brothers that you mentioned and the mini stick battles, I'm sure there was a lot of fights. Do you think that made you a little bit tougher and has led into the way you play the game now?
Yeah, there's no question about that. They're 5-6 years older than me, so they definitely had some fun with me when I was young and defenseless, but I think it worked out for the better, and it's helped me get stronger and be a little bit tougher. So,
shifting gears here, of course, your older brothers you looked up to the whole time, but was there any NHL players that you looked up to or a favorite team growing up?
So my favorite team growing up was the Red Wings, obviously. I'm from Detroit.
Hockey town.
Yeah, hockey town. Red Wings were my favorite, but Sidney Crosby was actually my favorite player. Cool story, when I was about 9 years old, he was my favorite player. I got his jersey for Christmas and stuff, but I wrote him a letter, and I sent it to the Penguins Arena, and I checked our mailbox every day for about 7-8 months, nothing. Kept checking the mailbox, and then maybe 10 months later, one day I walk out there, I opened the mail, and I had a message back from the Penguins. It was actually a letter from Crosby, and I had a personal signed picture of him in there too. It's framed back at the house, so it was cool.
That's pretty incredible. It's great when you see these guys who have made it share sort of the wealth of their journey and really feed back to the younger generation. And I'm sure that probably inspired you to keep going on your journey, and now you've turned professional. So full world moment, getting that signed picture from a guy in the NHL and now starting to play professionally yourself.
Absolutely.
But take us through your time playing for Bell Tire and CompuWare. How did those seasons prepare you for the leap in your junior career? This is back in the late 2010s.
Yeah, so AAA hockey. I was very fortunate to be able to play AAA back home. It's pretty prominent back where I was growing up, and I was able to make a couple of those AAA teams. And just the coaching at that level and the players that you're playing with and against, there's just a natural compete level that you kind of get instilled in you from a young age, and I think it's stuck with me since.
So then back in 2017, 2018, after your time playing with those two over 4 seasons, you go to the Odessa Jackalopes in the Null, the NAHL, of course. You had an assist in 9 games played. It was your first taste of that high-level American junior hockey. The Null is the league that everybody who's playing domestically here in America wants to be in at that age. So what was it like getting your first taste of that?
It was awesome. I think I went in, I was 18 years old. I was one of the younger guys on the team, and it was awesome. I only played 9 games there, and the ice time wasn't quite where I wanted it to, which eventually led to me switching over to Canada. But there was a lot of good guys that I looked up to on that team, older guys that I learned a lot of things from on and off the ice, and that was my first taste of playing hockey down in the South, and it was awesome. So.
Yeah, we're going to get into all that because it really has just led into all these full circle moments throughout your career. But you mentioned going to Canada. You went there and played for the Kemptville 73s of the CCHL. That was in the same season after your time in Odessa. What made you want to go out of your comfort zone and play in a different country for the first time?
Yeah, so the opportunity came. It was around Christmas time in Odessa. I wasn't really getting the ice that I wanted nor I needed, being my first year of juniors, and their coach wanted me bad. So he was willing to, pay some money, and I ended up going there in Canada halfway through the year, and it was the right move because I ended up playing a lot there, which is ultimately what you need in your first year junior. You want experience, you want playing time. Mm-hmm. So that worked out. Couldn't have worked out better, and we were only 30 minutes from the city of Ottawa too. So we had a lot of fun, going to Ottawa and stuff, and we had a good time there. It was a great experience.
How was the game itself different playing up in Canada? Did you notice anything really different? I mean, we talk about mostly European to American and how the game's much more physical here. But USA to Canada at the junior level, is there anything tangible that you notice, or is it just competitive?
Absolutely. I would say coming from the Null South, it's more known to be a grittier division, kind of tougher division, more hitting, more fighting. And then I make that transition to Kemptville, and the big thing I noticed was it was a lot less physical. It was just a lot of skill, and the speed was high too. It was a lot of high speed and a lot of skill, not near as much physicality. So that was the biggest change I noticed.
So then from there in Canada, you come back to the Null and join the Shreveport Mudbugs. 8 points, 50 penalty minutes, 48 games played, a full season in the Null. What was it like getting that full experience, a full season with the same group and being a part of that?
It was awesome. It was that's one of the places, if you're in that league, that's one of the places that guys want to go to and play in terms of fan base, arena, location. So I was very, very blessed to be able to go play there for my age out year. I got tons of playing time, as an age out, which was great. Made a lot of great friends and memories there. My billet family was unbelievable down there. Southern hospitality at its finest. And I learned a lot about myself down there, and it was truly an awesome experience. So
you say you're a mud bug for life, if you will, or?
I absolutely would say that, and I'm still in touch with quite a few people from that area and teammates in my billets as well from down there. So yes, for sure.
The connections are some of the greatest parts of what we get to do being in the professional sports industry. It's just meeting people and having those conversations and keeping the relationships. It really is something that I look forward to year in and year out. But after your time there, you commit to Aurora University at the NCAA Division III level, played 2 seasons there. How was the college game different from juniors? Of course, you get the cages now, there's less fighting, so it's a little bit different of a game. But what did you notice jumping from juniors to then the collegiate level?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is it's the next level. Guys are going to the next level when you go to college, so everyone's better. But the biggest things I noticed were the speed. It's just a faster speed. all the guys are a lot older. Some guys 26, 25, 24. They're, you're playing against a bunch of older guys, and the physicality too in American NCAA it's pretty high. So it was a very physical, fast game, and there was also a lot of systems too that go into it that you have to learn throughout with your team.
So you were there at Aurora for a season and a half, if you will, and you make the decision you were going to transfer to Florida Gulf Coast University, play in the ACHA 2 level. What went into that decision to take your career at Aurora at the collegiate level and then go play in the ACHA?
Yeah, so unfortunately that was the COVID year when I transferred. So I played my 2 seasons at Aurora, and then COVID hit and kind of shocked everyone. But that year was the most transfers that there had been in the history of any transferring. So decided to take my talents down to Florida, which I absolutely am so happy I did, because that was an awesome experience for me down there, and yeah, I loved it there, so it was great.
And that's really when you hit your stride production-wise. You had plenty of points in your time there at FGCU. But looking back, I know you just mentioned you're very happy it was a really good decision that you made. But is there anything you wish would have gone differently throughout that journey in your collegiate time, or are you looking back very satisfied with it?
I mean, I think if you really want to, you could go back and there's things that you could change, and stuff you would want to change or have things be different. But I'm a firm believer in, everything happens for a reason, and things work out the way they're supposed to. And, had that not happened, maybe I don't end up here. Mm-hmm. So I would say no, I wouldn't change anything, and it was all part of God's plan for me.
So at Florida Gulf Coast, you're playing down in Florida, you get that southern climate. Was that warm, wearing shorts to the rink style something that attracted you to Biloxi when you ended up coming here?
Absolutely. I mean, when Penn's reached out to me and asked me to come down, and I had the opportunity to come down here, I jumped on that right away. And I was, obviously you're here for the hockey, right? But I'd be lying if I didn't say in the back of my mind I wasn't excited about wearing shorts and flip-flops to the rink every day. I mean, most people would be, so absolutely the weather was a nice bonus for sure.
And you were in Watertown prior to that, where you made your professional debut, just the one game, but now you come from one of the coldest and smallest arenas to one of the warmest and largest arenas. Quite the jump. But going back to that one game you had in Watertown, your professional debut, just take us through your emotions, what was going through your head, and how it felt to officially call yourself a pro.
It was awesome. I mean, there was definitely a little bit of nerves on that first game day, but they were good nerves. They were excited nerves, and to be honest, I was just grateful. I was very grateful to God for the opportunity. It's been a long, winding road in my hockey career, and it's taken me all over, but I was truly just grateful to God for the opportunity to be able to be playing hockey again and to be able to play at the pro level.
So you lead all defensemen with 5 assists already this season. What's been working so well for you, and can you speak to your journey here early on?
Yeah, I mean, I've honestly just been trying to keep it simple, but I can't take too much credit. Honestly, the forwards that are playing in front of us, they make it pretty easy for the D back there. I mean, my main thing is, get them the puck, move that puck up, and keep the D zone safe. And, the forwards, they're a heck of a group to play behind, that's for sure. So,
what kind of player would you characterize yourself as?
I would like to say I'm more of like a hybrid defenseman. I consider myself a puck-moving defenseman. I like to use my feet, get the puck moving up and get the puck out. And like I said, advance it to the forwards, especially when you have a group of forwards with as much talent as we have. And I also like to pride myself on my defensive play as well and my defensive zone.
So now, speaking here with the Breakers, what kind of culture is being built here, and what do you bring to the table to add to it with that game?
Yeah, so with our team right now, I think it's a team-first culture, which is what we're trying to build and what Coach is trying to build here. No individuals, but we're all one team. We're all one cohesive unit together, and I think we really just got to harp on that. We got to stick up for each other, and we got to have each other's backs, and we got to all be pulling the rope in the same direction and going. We're all working for the same goal. So.
And it starts at the top, of course. Yaro Yevdokimov was named the captain a few weeks ago. What's it been like having him as your leader along with the rest of the guys wearing the A's?
To be honest with you, it's a privilege. Me and Yaro have been getting along really great, actually. But, Yaro, he's played at some of the highest levels in the world. He's played in the KHL. He's got tons of experience. What I love about him too is he's not afraid to hold guys accountable. You know, he's not afraid to, in a constructive way, not a bad way, but a constructive way. He's not afraid to hold guys accountable for things, and he's just a guy that you really look up to, and you want to make him proud. You know, he's just a guy that you look up to. So.
Yeah, it has been awesome to get to know Yarrow. He is definitely good for a few laughs, but he's also there with that stern nature. He keeps everybody in line. So definitely love having Yarrow around the team. Of course, the big storyline is he's suspended tomorrow night. Who's going to have to step up and be a leader in his absence?
We're all going to have to step up. Obviously, that hurts. I mean, Yarrow, he's a heck of a player. But fortunately, he's not in tomorrow, and we're going to have to find a way to get past that. It's just for one game. But, yeah, we really got to find a way to work together tomorrow and get those points, get those 3 points tomorrow against Columbus. They're absolutely crucial. So.
A few more questions before we let you go, Bondi. But what's been your favorite part of living and playing here in Biloxi, if you had to put your finger on it?
I hate to be cliche. The weather is beautiful. Like it's like 30 degrees back home right now and stuff. The weather's been awesome, but I'm really just blessed to be able to play down here with such a good group of guys. I've been here probably a month now. The guys have all brought me in and taken me in. I'm starting to get really close with the team, and I feel pretty at home down here. And obviously the fans too. I can't forget about the fans. The fans, they make the whole thing go. So that's really been awesome as well.
Despite the 5-game losing skid that the Breakers are on, do you think that they have what it takes to turn it around, and how will that happen? Of course, you need to make a few additions on the defensive end to join you and help out your efforts, but speaking generally, do you think that they have it in them for a turnaround this season to make a playoff push?
We absolutely have it in us, and there's no other option but to have it in us. It's early in the season right now. You know, it's no secret that we've been struggling a little bit, but like I said, it is pretty early, and you know, when times are tough like this, you don't give up. You become closer with each other. You stick with it. You keep the faith, and you keep pushing and pulling that rope in the same direction. And I know things are going to turn around for us. Absolutely, 100%.
Couldn't agree with you more, because I get to see just about every minute of the action, including practice, and I think this group does have what it takes. They just need a couple more pieces, and then hopefully the wins will start following, and that will begin tomorrow against the Columbus River Dragons. But Bondi, as I like to leave it with every guy before they leave this show, the message to Breaker Nation, your message for the fans.
Yeah, well, first I just kind of like a quick little apology to the fans. I know it's been a tough start to the season. Hasn't been how we've wanted it, but things are going to turn around, and we're doing our best every day on the ice in practice and off the ice in workouts, and we are going to start putting some wins together, and things are going to get better. So come out and see us tomorrow, and we can't wait to play in front of you guys.
It's a long season, 44 more games to go, and there's still plenty of room to move up in that Continental Division. But Grant, thanks so much for joining us. You heard it from him. Join us tomorrow for Friendsgiving night against Columbus, and if not, on Saturday the 29th will be the next home game. It'll be our Movember jersey auction. I'll talk about that more as we close out our show. But Grant, once again, thanks so much for joining me. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
A huge thank you to Grant Bondi for joining me here on the panel. A great interview. Always great to speak with all the guys. And Grant had a lot of good and encouraging things to say for the rest of the season. So I think it's awesome. Hopefully we'll talk to him and touch base at some point later in the season. But a lot of good takeaways there from Grant. Of course, as I mentioned, the biggest thing we're happy to announce is our Holiday 4 packs. That will be 4 tickets for the game on December 27th, 2 days after Christmas. 4 Breakers hockey pucks, 4 small waffle cones from Ben & Jerry's right here at the Hard Rock, and 4 Sky Zone jump passes. So that's $208 value for $88. Holiday 4 packs, 2 days after Christmas. Be pretty cool to open up 4 Breakers tickets along with those other stocking stuffers in your stocking on Christmas morning. So hopefully you can join us for that game on the 27th regardless. But those holiday 4-packs will be available from December 1st through the 23rd. Call our office, the Breakers main office. You can find that number on our website or on Apple Maps. It's even addressed there. So please give us a call. And we'd love to help you out with those 4-packs. But also tomorrow night, Friendsgiving, $10 tickets. That will actually be tonight by the time you're seeing that episode. So $10, come down to the box office. You can get your tickets there. Breakers, River Dragons, 7 o'clock. Great way to kick off your Wednesday and start the fun ahead of Thanksgiving. And then the final home and home set will be coming up this Friday and Saturday with the Baton Rouge Zydeco. Friday in Baton Rouge, Saturday in Biloxi. So we hope you can join us and be a part of that. And as we forgot to mention in the pregame, but it came, or in our pre-show, it came up here, but Yaroslav Dakimov will be suspended for tomorrow night's game, so the team will be without him tomorrow night, but just a 1-game suspension, so he'll be back for the weekend. Breakers looking to get back in the win column. You'll have to be there to see it for yourself. So we hope you can join us either tonight or on Friday and Saturday as they take on the Zydeco. But huge thank you once again to Grant Bondi for joining me on the show. That wraps us up for episode 18. My name's Devin Dobek, and we'll see you next week. Happy Thanksgiving.